YouTube has been a hugely popular platform since it began in 2006. Since then, YouTube has been the go-to platform for all types of viewers, especially the youth. Of course, YouTube became popular not only with young adults, with the rise of viral videos, online trends, challenges, and the beginning of internet humor, it became huge for young children as well. Growing up, I had to rely on Saturday morning cartoons like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Z, Sonic X, and Pokemon for my entertainment. If I got up too late, I would miss out on my favorite shows. This all changed when the community of YouTube content creators began to grow.
In growing my channel, I could see it in the stats. Like I would get 100,000 a day, 50,000 a day, and that was back when YouTube wasn't even that big.
The problem with YouTube's growing popularity is the uncertainty of the content a young child could be exposed to. Everybody, especially parents, were aware of the content of the morning cartoons, and there was nothing to worry about. However, YouTube, like the rest of the internet, is inherently not for children. YouTube is the home of a multitude of satirical, comedy videos and content creators intended for a mature audience, such as Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, PewDiePie, Super Mario Logan, and many more. By the time I was 13, I remember my parents allowing me to have more freedom on the internet, which prompted me to discover the world of YouTube. Initially, I was watching YouTubers like The Diamond Minecart, Sky Does Minecraft, Good Mythical Morning, and Rhett and Link. Two of the latter I still regularly watch and enjoy. However, I eventually came across comedy gaming channels like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, The Nerd Cubed, and Markiplier. But back then, that's all there was on YouTube, the occasional curse word and a few gaming videos. But what about content today that is marketed as child's content or created to look like child-friendly content? There are two subsections here. Content that is intended for children but is actually inappropriate, and content that appears to be for children but is intended for a mature audience. Let's examine the first one. The creator intends this type of content to be primarily viewed by young children. However, for whatever reason, there always seems to be violent imagery, somewhat sexual undertones, and just outright weird and incoherent themes. When watching these videos, it almost feels like I'm watching a depiction of an LSD trip. Ugh. One channel in particular, known as FunPix TV, is quite similar to the Learn Color channel described in The Gods Wish More of Me, Infrastructural Violence Between Ethics and Doxa by Caddy Alford and Damien Pfister. And this channel may even be created by the same person. The channel's videos depict famous characters such as Spider-Man, Superman, Elsa from Frozen, and the Joker doing a variety of activities such as racing cars, but in a strange and usually violent manner. Now this is just an example of something that is inappropriate for children, but still intended for them. Remember, children are still able to access videos by creators like Filthy Frank, which are clearly intended for a mature audience and not meant to be taken seriously.
I mean, we'll roll with it.
No, I'm not saying this content doesn't belong on YouTube, it's just unsuitable for children. Now let's look at another channel branded as child-friendly. Super Bowser Logan, the so-called child's version of the Super Mario Logan channel, better known as Jeffy, has some less than child-friendly material. One episode called Jeffy and Junior Skip School shows the school as being named Why You Dumb, a reference to poor English, and they depict the teacher, Mr. Chu, as a stereotypical Asian man, pronouncing words in an offensive stereotypical Chinese accent, behaving in an exaggeratedly strict manner as a reference to the stereotype that Asian parents are strict when it comes to grades.
So crass, if you failed a huge test tomorrow, then you failed a whole year and you have to go all the way back to kindergarten because that's how dumb you are.
While some of this would be okay if it was satire, the fact is, it isn't. It's directed towards young children. Honestly, I kind of feel like I'm watching a less funny puppet version of a My Chani video, except Chani is in fact Asian, markets his content towards a more mature audience, and draws clear lines between what is a satirical representation of Asian stereotypes and what Asian culture is actually like. However, the way Super Bowser Logan presents his content could lead children to unknowingly make racist Asian jokes or comments. They even depict Mr. Chu as contracting the coronavirus. Considering how deadly this virus is, it's definitely no joking matter, especially for kids. It could lead them to the false assumption that all Chinese or even all Asian people have coronavirus, which is not okay at all. The second topic is mature content that appears to be child-friendly, but really is not. A YouTube channel by the name of Super Mario Logan has for a while now been well known for its off-color humor presented in a fun, upbeat manner. While this channel is for adult audiences, there isn't any clear disclaimer for the content, except in the channel's bio. The main character, Jeffy, is clearly meant to be a disabled kid and is depicted in an offensive manner by acting out in all types of stupid and random ways. His physical attributes include buck teeth, big ears, eyes looking in separate directions, and a pencil up his nose. All this seems very offensive. Finally, in order to help ensure children aren't exposed to mature content, I believe that these creators should include explicit disclaimers, and if necessary, YouTube should make it a requirement for this type of content. When it comes to protecting the innocent of children, it's important to keep in mind that they see the world differently, and the content produced for them should feed their minds, not fill them with nonsense.